Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview and Domestic Economic Data Roadmap for the week beginning Monday, September 26, 2016, ending Friday the 30th. This will be the end of the third quarter of 2016. Wow. Here's a look at the ES front-month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market, the S&P in futures form. Proper way to look at the market. We did have that 13 sell signal over 2 weeks ago. We sold off 2 weeks ago this Friday. And have been holding, bounced back a little bit after the Fed meeting this week, and then Friday came back a bit. It was not the most exciting week ever. Let's go through the major indices and such, and then we'll look at the intra-week action. We'll look at what's coming in the week ahead. So we've got crude oil down $1.77 on Friday to $44.55. Gold down $3.20. That's at $1,341.50. S&P cash down 12. NDX 100 down 32. Stocks down 9. Biotech's down 19. By the way, we did get a 13 sell signal on the biotechs on Thursday, so be aware of that. As go banks and biotechs, so goes the market. The VIX has dropped back this week, but did come up 27 cents to 12.29 on Friday. Hard to believe so quickly. Not that it's back down, but it's back down to 12. I mean, that's just remarkable. The trend at 1.25, another high reading there, so that puts the 10-day moving average at 1.31. The big number, the above 3, will drop off on Monday. That'll bring the 10-day moving average back down. NASDAQ volume 1.6 billion on Friday. That was the second lowest day of the week, Tuesday being the worst ahead of the Fed. Advanced decline ratio negative again, negative 715. I mean, 715 more stocks down than up on the NASDAQ. Negative 1,076 on the New York. Oofed. Google down $1. Apple down almost $2. Coming back in a bit. Amazon up $1, new closing high, right up against the 13. We had a 13 sell signal. We got a risk line. That's the pink line. Tucked right up against that, but it is a new closing high over 800 on Amazon. Netflix up 11 cents. All right, let's look at the intra-week action. This is 10-minute candles on the week. Look how flat. So Monday, a little gap up, eventually filled, closed flat for the day. Tuesday, little gap up, eventually filled, closed flat for the day. Sound familiar? Wednesday, little gap up, eventually almost filled, didn't quite on the ES. Then the Fed announcement came out. We went up, back, and ran. So we had an hour and a half of upward movement for the week. And then Thursday, we gap up as flat as could be. One of the flattest days I've seen in a long time, Thursday. Friday, a little gap down and flat before a little drift downward in the afternoon. So overall for the week, the only gap that's left is the one from Tuesday's close. Oh, actually, for Thursday's close also above, Tuesday's close below. But if you look at the whole week's action, it can basically all be accounted for in an hour and a half right after the Fed on Wednesday. Everything else is just flat, so it was not exciting. Here's a look at the NASDAQ side. It did fill the gap back on Wednesday, but not the one on Thursday above. There's a 13 sell signal at the exact high of the week. How amazing is that? All right, so what do we have for data coming out this week? What do we have to look forward to? Now, remember, this is the end of the quarter, so the key is that Friday. It's a Friday end of quarter, which kind of is good because we like to get Fridays can be slow and end of quarter can be slow, so you might as well put them together. So Friday, last day of the month. By Wednesday, they've usually got most of the stocks where they want them for end of quarter statements, and of course, a lot of bonuses and such are based off of this pricing. So usually, they don't want these stocks to move the last day or two. They just want them to close where they're at. So that makes Friday almost guaranteed to be very slow. Thursday could be slow. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday be a little more open. Let's take a look at what we've got for data. On Monday, just the new home sales number, no big deal. Tuesday, Case-Shiller's 20-city index, that's a housing index, and consumer confidence 30 minutes into the market, not too big a deal. Wednesday, MBA mortgage index, durable orders, crude oil inventories, again, not a big deal. Thursday, the third look at GDP, that's not a big one. Initial and continuing jobless claims, international trading goods, pending home sales, natty gas inventories. Friday, personal income and spending, core PCE prices, Chicago PMI, Michigan sentiment. So none of our hugest data coming out this week. No Fed announcement because we already had that last week. So it's a straightforward trading week, knowing that it's end of quarter. Friday is probably going to be really bad. Thursday might slow down a bit too. Tuesday and Wednesday are the days you got to hope for movement. And so we will do what we do. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal 12. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Everybody have a great weekend and a great trading week.